it really has no rivals. It's a first. It tells the whole story of Māori history from go to woe, using the latest scholarship, but speaking to a wide audience. It provides a completeness that we haven't hitherto had in Māori, the scholarship on Māori history. And I think that's a tribute to the publisher Bridget Williams, but also to the team of authors who really are an exceptionally talented group. Aroha Harris is a leading young Māori historian. Judith Binney, of course, is a great scholar and was a close friend of mine while she was alive. And Atholl Anderson is just a marvellous prehistorian of global reputation, really. So it's an outstanding team, and they've succeeded in making the book more than the sum of its parts.
The Tangata Whenua was produced in the conviction that a knowledge of Māori history in sufficient depth and detail to understand its particularities and complexities is an important attribute of New Zealand citizenship. And here on.
If Māori didn't cede sovereignty at the signing of the treaty in 1840, and the New Zealand government has sovereignty now, what happened? So if not 1840, when? And if not by cession of sovereignty, how? And if you're interested in that kind of question, I've got just the book for you. But I mean, I think for me, this is, you know, partly where my love for history lies. It's in, it's in the questions and the addressing of questions and the playing around with possible answers and the kind of figuring out that fine line between the facts, and we know that there are facts, and the discussion about those facts and the interpretation of them. We knew we were producing a general history, which I think requires big themes and broad strokes, and I hope that we've achieved that. But for Māori history, it's not always an easy fit. I think with Māori history you have to show connections, people to ancestors, ancestors to place, place to people, people to events. You've got to connect those. And I think you have to do that with an emphasis on the local, on whānau, hapu, and community in all its forms. And I hope that that's something that we've achieved. I certainly hope that our friend who, as Atholl said, we sorely miss, Judith would be pleased with it too, because that was something that she was particularly good at.
It feels an obligation to more communal connectedness, which is a characteristic of Māori history, in that it's got to connect people in the present to people in the past. It's quite an event. I wish the book well, and I think it will do well. And I think it's important for all New Zealanders, not just Māori.
I would like to acknowledge a group who were often in our minds as we discussed images and text and layouts and cover on so many occasions. That is our future readers, and particularly the children, who we hope will grow up enriched by knowing the history of the people who arrived in these islands some hundreds of years ago. And so a special thank you to Maharanui, one of those children, whose photograph is on the front cover.
Sorry.